When you look at the price of Bitcoin right now, since you started there, what do you think it ultimately lands at? And what do you think the window is right now?
The year is 2025 and the crypto world stands at a crossroads.
This summer's real power play isn't AI, chip stocks, or big tech breakups. It's Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana. Yes, crypto is back.
Billions of dollars move in and out of digital assets every day. Fortunes are made and lost in hours, and the rules of finance are being rewritten in real time. In this chaotic battlefield, 5 cryptocurrencies rise above the noise. Giants that could dominate the next wave of digital transformation, shape the future of money, and define who wins and who vanishes in this high-stakes game. Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Binance Coin, and Solana. These are the names to watch, because when the dust settles, they may be the only ones left standing. Bitcoin has always been the anchor. Through booms and crashes, scandals and bans, it has never disappeared. In 2025, it is stronger than ever, not just because of price charts, but because it has achieved something few assets in history ever have: global recognition. To some, Bitcoin is the new gold, a hedge against inflation and reckless governments. To others, it is freedom itself, a borderless currency that no central bank can print into oblivion. Its capped supply of 21 million coins remains its most powerful weapon. Every halving cycle, scarcity grows sharper and demand swells. The 2024 halving already reduced rewards for miners, making coins rarer to produce, and the effects of that supply shock are only now being fully felt in 2025. For institutions, Bitcoin is no longer just an experiment. Hedge funds, pension funds, and even sovereign wealth funds have allocated billions into it, treating it as an insurance policy for a turbulent world. The launch of spot Bitcoin ETFs opened the floodgates, allowing everyday investors to buy into BTC through traditional stock markets without ever touching a wallet. Price volatility remains, but compared to newer coins, Bitcoin feels like a mountain. Still dangerous to climb, but unshakable at its core. Yet its dominance is no longer guaranteed. Competitors push forward, technologies evolve, and new narratives emerge. But Bitcoin's simplicity, digital gold scarce and secure, keeps it relevant. If Bitcoin were to fail, the entire ecosystem could collapse. That is why in 2025, all eyes are still locked on it. Ethereum, however, is where the action is. If Bitcoin is the vault, Ethereum is the engine. It doesn't just store value, it creates worlds. Smart contracts, decentralized finance, NFTIS, tokenized assets, all of it runs on Ethereum's backbone. The year 2025 finds Ethereum in the middle of a transformation. Upgrades aimed at scaling are finally making a difference. Layer 2 networks like Arbitrum, Optimism, and Base process transactions at lightning speeds, slashing fees that once drove users away. Sharding, long promised and much delayed, is beginning to distribute the workload across the network, bringing new efficiency. Developers still flock here first, building applications for everything from gaming to global finance. Real-world assets are being tokenized on Ethereum: bonds, stocks, real estate deeds, even carbon credits. This merging of traditional finance with blockchain rails could be the single most important bridge in the entire industry. Institutional interest is also heating up. Just as ETFs opened doors for Bitcoin, Ethereum ETFs are being approved across multiple regions, giving investors mainstream access to ETH. But Ethereum's story is not without challenges. Gas fees, while lower, still spike under pressure. Competitors like Solana and Binance Smart Chain chip away at market share, and regulators continue to eye Ethereum's staking model with suspicion, asking whether it crosses the line into securities territory. Yet for all these obstacles, Ethereum's ecosystem is simply too big to ignore. It remains the laboratory where new ideas are tested, the infrastructure where digital finance experiments become real. In 2025, Ethereum may not only be a currency, it could become the foundation of the next financial system. XRP's story is different. For years, it was the underdog, trapped in the courtroom, its future bound to the outcome of a lawsuit. Many counted it out. Yet here it is in 2025, alive, relevant, and still fighting. The reason is its unique purpose: cross-border payments. Banks and financial institutions spend billions every year moving money across borders through outdated systems like SWIFT, with fees and delays frustrating businesses and individuals alike. XRP offers a faster, cheaper, more efficient solution. Transactions settle in seconds, costs are a fraction of traditional rails, and liquidity can flow seamlessly across jurisdictions. Ripple, the company behind XRP, has spent years building partnerships with banks and payment providers, and in 2025, those efforts are bearing fruit. The resolution of key legal battles has given XRP a new legitimacy. With regulatory clarity in its corner, RippleNet expands, integrating with more financial institutions across Asia, the Middle East, and Latin America. For migrants sending remittances, for corporations settling international trades, XRP provides a real-world solution, not just speculation. Of course, risks remain. XRP's adoption depends heavily on institutional trust, and that trust can vanish if governments change their stance. Competitors are rising too, offering their own payment solutions. But for now, XRP has weathered storms that would have sunk lesser projects, and its role as a bridge currency is more compelling than ever. If it can capture even a slice of the trillions flowing through global payments each year, XRP's story may only be beginning. Binance Coin, or BNB, is a different kind of powerhouse. It is not just a cryptocurrency, it is the lifeblood of the largest exchange in the world. Binance dominates crypto trading volume, and BNB sits at the heart of its ecosystem. Traders use it for fee discounts. Developers use it to launch new projects on BNB chain. Users spend it on services ranging from DeFi platforms to NFT marketplaces. Every quarter, Binance burns a portion of BNB, permanently reducing supply and creating upward price pressure. In 2025, the scope of BNB is bigger than ever. The Binance Smart Chain has matured into a thriving network, hosting thousands of decentralized applications and rivaling Ethereum and Solana in activity. Launchpads on Binance continue to attract new projects, and many retail investors first encounter crypto through BNB-powered products. But the coin's strength is also its vulnerability. Binance itself faces constant regulatory scrutiny. Governments in multiple countries have challenged its operations, and while the company adapts, fines and restrictions are constant risks. Still, the exchange's dominance and global reach give BNB a utility few other tokens can match. It is not just a speculative asset, it is the oil that keeps one of the largest engines in crypto running. In 2025, if Binance expands its empire into payments, gaming, and more mainstream adoption, BNB could ride that wave straight to new highs. Then comes Solana, the wild card. Fast, cheap, and built for scale, Solana has captured the imagination of developers and users alike. Where Ethereum sometimes stumbles under heavy traffic, Solana speeds ahead, processing tens of thousands of transactions per second with fees so low they feel almost free. This makes it perfect for consumer applications, NFTs, gaming, social networks, and decentralized physical infrastructure networks. In 2025, Solana's comeback is in full swing. After struggling with outages and reliability issues in the past, its technology has improved and its ecosystem is thriving. Solana's NFT community remains vibrant, and its DeFi platforms are expanding. Perhaps most importantly, it is positioning itself as the chain of choice for mobile and real-world adoption. Projects like Solana Mobile are pushing crypto into everyday use cases, from apps to payments, giving the network a chance to capture audiences beyond traditional crypto enthusiasts. Critics argue that Solana sacrifices decentralization for speed, that its reliance on fewer validators makes it less secure than Ethereum. But for many users, practicality wins. They want fast, they want cheap, and Solana delivers. If mass adoption truly takes off in 2025, Solana could be the platform where millions of new users experience blockchain for the first time. Together, these 5 cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Binance Coin, and Solana form the pillars of the 2025 crypto landscape. Each serves a different purpose. Bitcoin as digital gold, Ethereum as infrastructure, XRP as a payments bridge, Binance Coin as exchange fuel, and Solana as the speed-driven innovator. They compete, overlap, and sometimes clash, but all five share one thing: resilience. They have survived crashes, scandals, regulatory battles, and the skepticism of traditional finance. And they remain here, stronger than ever, because they solve problems that the world still struggles with. Inflation, slow payments, financial exclusion, lack of transparency, crypto offers solutions, and these five lead the charge. But watching them is not just about price charts and speculation. It is about understanding the stories behind them. Bitcoin represents distrust in governments and faith in math. Ethereum embodies innovation and experimentation. XRP symbolizes persistence against regulatory giants. BNB demonstrates the power of ecosystems, while Solana reflects the hunger for speed and usability. Their battles are not just financial, they are cultural, technological, even philosophical. And in 2025, the outcomes of these battles could reshape not only crypto, but the very fabric of money itself. As the year unfolds, investors, institutions, and nations will all be watching these five carefully. They could soar to unimaginable heights or stumble under pressure. But one thing is certain: ignoring them is not an option. In the volatile world of crypto, countless tokens rise and fall, but only a few earn the title of "to watch." And for 2025, these five, Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Binance Coin, and Solana, are the ones carrying the torch.